Hello, peoples of the internet. So, look, I know it's been about over a month, I think, definitely over a month, since the last time I got there. But in my defence, I have my reasons. I was in Egypt, then I was back for a week, then I went to summer camp. Then I was back for summer camp for 3 days, then I went back to school for a day. Then I was in Ireland for the weekend, then I went back to school for a week. Then I went to Petchey for a week, and I've just got back now. Hence, the t-shirt Petchey. So, yeah, that's what's happening with me. So I decided today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Petchey because oh my god, this week was awesome. First of all, I joined the boat. First of all, what is Petchey? Is a sea cadet training ship, which just basically means it's a ship that goes offshore, like around the UK and Ireland and stuff, and sometimes over like France and Belgium, which groups of sea cadets, like 12 at most at a time, will come on and use it, sort of train up and learn how to use the ship and sort of get qualifications to like help them through. And sometimes you miss school, sometimes you can go during holidays, but holidays are a lot harder to get. Now this trip was obviously during school time because I just got back off it. I joined this Saturday, got back about 2 hours ago. So basically, I missed a week of school, which school allowed, even though it was year 11, so I've been doing my work and I've been catching up, it's all fine. But basically, what was I going to say? I was going to think. You go down there, you have a week on the boat and stuff like that, yeah. And there's a whole offshore fleet. There's 2 power vessels, TS Jack Petchey and TS John Jerwood. TS John Jerwood is 5 years older than TS Jack Petchey. TS Jack Petchey is 5 years old. So basically, John Jerwood is 10 years old. And there's TS Royalist, which is a big flagship. We're on our second Royalist at the moment. The first one was decommissioned recently, and the new one we commissioned earlier on this year. So that's 3. And then we have 2 yachts, like small yachts, basically, for sailing. But I went on TS Jack Petchey, which is a power vessel, so I got my power qualification. This is the second time I've been on Jack Petchey. First time, I was a cadet at the time, and I achieved my offshore hand 1 power. And we went from, I got 150 nautical miles tidal logged. I went from Gosport to Poole to Cowes to Gunwharf back to Gosport. So yeah, that was the first time I went. I got the certificate saying that I belong to TS Petchey and stuff. Now, I went again this time. Oh, that's the RA certificate I got last time, so that's sort of falling apart a bit. I got an RA certificate basically saying that it's registered with the RA as well, so the qualification equivalent. This is the one I got this time. This is I am now cadet first class, as you can see, and I got my offshore hand 2 power, and this is the badge I got. The offshore hand 1 is the exact same, but doesn't have the star. I've got my little star, so I've got offshore hand 2. And yeah, this time we went from Weymouth to Poole to Gosport to Cowes to Ballyou River to Gosport, and I logged 121 nautical miles. So in total, I have logged 150 plus 121 is 271 nautical miles offshore power, which is a lot of miles basically. So yeah, I achieved my offshore hand 2. I wasn't the only one doing my offshore hand 2. There were 2 other people. So out of 12 of us, 3 of us were doing offshore hand 2, and what's that? 9 of them were doing their offshore power 1. So yeah. So we all went along. I got the train from where I live up into Clapham, then changed at Clapham and went to Weymouth. So I arrived at Weymouth. I obviously was very, very lost, so I got off the train as I got at the station because someone went, "Oh, are you joining a ship somewhere? Where do you need to go?" So she gave me directions. But me being the idiot I am, ended up walking all the way around this big building. Yeah. Only found out I basically, if I turned a different way, I would have got to it straight away. But hey ho, I joined the boat, I got on, got changed, got unpacked. All that mumbo jumbo. And then I met the 12 people. Now, these 12 people were from all over the country. There are 5 from a place called Fleetwood, which is just near Blackpool. There was 2 from a place called Trowbridge, which is in Somerset. 1 from Norfolk, 1 from Stoke, 2 from Dover, and me from Kingston. So yeah, we're all from different units, but some of them were from the same unit and stuff. But whereas last time there was only 7 of us, and 5 from the same unit, and 2 of us were both from separate units, the 5 were very, very cliquey and sort of stayed separate. Whereas this time, they all opened up, and there was so many standing jokes and running jokes throughout the whole week, and we became such good friends. It was nice. So, we got there. First day we went over to Poole. but we stopped off at Portland to fuel up. But from Portland to Poole, it was basically going like that, and just all over the bloody place. I was nearly sick, and I don't really get seasick, but you know, a lot of people were sick. So yeah, there's a lot of them outside the ship. I refused to get up because I don't do sick, but you know. So the next day we went from Poole to, where did I say we went to? I can't even remember. Poole to Gosport. So it was just across the Solent. And then we stayed in Gosport. We got to Gosport about 2ish. And then we went to the Submarine Museum, which is nearby where we dock in Gosport, which is a place called Petchey Pier, which is the offshore base for sea cadets, basically. So we went to the Submarine Museum, had a look around there, saw the midget submarine, which made me laugh quite a bit because it's a midget submarine and there was a sign saying "Might you midgets," which made me smile a lot. So we went to the Submarine Museum, then we came back, we did colours, like we always do. Oh yeah, colours, it happens every morning, every evening, either at sunrise, in the morning it's either sunrise or 8, whichever is later, or in the evening it's sunset or 9, whichever is earlier. Basically you raise the ensign at the back of the ship, and you raise a colour in the morning or lower in the night the ensign, which is at the back of the ship, sort of in the middle of the ship on Petchey, and you raise or lower the jack. Now the pilot jack is basically a flag, which is the Union flag, not the Union Jack with a white border, because the Union flag is only the Union Jack when it's flown off of a warship. Anywhere else, it's the Union flag. So that's up whenever you're on port, and it's taken down when the last rope comes in, and put out when the first rope is laid out. So yeah, we had those flags that we raised in lower colours, and some on pipes, and some on salute, and all this mumbo jumbo, while everyone else is down below cleaning up after dinner, or after breakfast, one of the two. So then we went to bed, and we couldn't sail out the next day because it was like a force 9 gale predicted, which is they're not allowed to do. So we ended up going over to Portsmouth, which is just over a ferry, and looking around HMS Victory and HMS Dauntless or Defender, which is one of the actual Type 42 destroyers. Don't hold me to that, I think it's 42, it's one of them. But they're the proper Navy ones. The one we went to, I think it was Dauntless, was going out on mission in a few weeks' time. And we got a guided tour around, and it was amazing. And yeah, and then went over to Cowes the next day. Yeah, went over to Cowes and Isle of Wight, and got some shorties there. It started chucking down with rain. We were legging it from shop to shop to hide at the rain, and it was fun. And we went shopping and stuff. And then yeah, we went up a river. And basically what happened was, on the last day we were meant to. I think it was the last day, one of the days, last sailing day. We were gonna try and moor up for lunch if we could find a berth. But we got all the ropes out because they were put on these things called bracelets, which is just 2 long white bars that you do figure of 8s around with the ropes to keep them stored away. So we got them all out. We faked or flaked them out, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's just line them along the ship so it goes that way, then turns, then that way, then turns, then that way, then turns, etc., etc. So it's easy to pull out and chuck out when need to. So we roped all it out all nicely, only to put them back on the bracelets 5 minutes later. And these ropes, like I said, dripping everywhere, and it was fun. And we had really nice staff on there. I don't know what else to say. And then we came back to Gosport. We did our clean ships, we did our clean ships before we left Cowes, before we left the Beely River. I had the bridge, okay? The bridge is all like the wheelhouse, and all the mechanical stuff, and like you have navigation, and you have all the charts, and weather information, and compasses, and engine control, and stuff like that, basically. All the fancy equipment. And because every ship has their fulcrum, which they put whenever they're going astern or back, or if they can't see lights and stuff, and in fog when they're going left and right, when they're going port and starboard, left or right for you civilians. And I was cleaning the bit next to that, so I moved all the captain's binoculars and notebook and stuff out the way so I could scrub it down with a soapy cloth. So I put the binoculars back in place. My hand caught the horn and flicked the switch over to the side, so it went once. And I was mortified, okay? This horn goes off really, really loudly. The coxswain yells, "Who did that?" So I say, "It was me, it was an accident, I'm sorry. I was just putting something back and it went off," and Then engineer, or engines, or mum, whatever you wanted to call her, came up and said, "Oh, don't worry, it's fine. It happens at least once a week. Normally I remember to turn it off, but I forgot this time. Flicked the switch off, and it was fine." But I was mortified, okay? You imagine that happening. You're cleaning away, you're putting something back, and suddenly, I can't make those. A really, really loud horn goes off. And you're like, shit, that was me, that was my fault. I am such a bloody idiot. So then we ended up getting the train back today. And I thought I was going to be all alone on my train because I was changing at Woking. But it turns out the 2 from Dover were there with me as well as the 5 from Fleetwood. Purely because they missed their first train because we were out late. They missed their first train. And so yeah, they were on train with me. But then they got off before me, I got off. And then Dover got off in London. But what I was going to say was, I forgot about this. The last night that we were there, so on Thursday, yesterday, or Thursday, I don't know when I upload this, we got into port at Petchey Pier, or Fort Blockhouse, whatever you want to call it, and John Jerwood was in there, as I said, the other power vessel. So we moored up for them, chucked our ropes over to them, they tied them onto their boat, so we were rafted up. So Jerwood, so it was upon the jetty, was there, Jerwood, Petchey, okay? Now Jerwood was full of Canadian people, because it was a Canadian exchange. They were on Jerwood last week, this week just gone, and today they're going to Royalist, and then they're going back home. So we obviously hung out with the Canadians. They came over to us just for dinner, and then so we sort of got to know them. I found my Canadian twin, who guys at books with me because I was crying at Divergent earlier on in the day because it's so bloody sad. So we talked about books and how she was crying because they made the page, and we talked about how annoying that was and how much we loved like reading Harry Potter and stuff. So I found my Canadian twin, and she's ginger and she's really nice, and I can't remember her name, which is really, really bad. Then we had dinner. We did colours in time with them, which was quite cool. They sing "O Canada," their theme, their national anthem, when they're lowering the ensign, which we found quite funny. But yeah, and then we went over to their ship. We got changed in civvies and went over to their ship, and basically we ended up playing the power vessel quiz, or whatever you want to call it, and it was so much fun. It was like because basically at the start of the week we were split into 3 watches. There was blue watch, white watch, and red watch. I was in white watch, and basically the watches system is like when you're on the sea, one watch will be up on the bridge, the other 2 will be sorting up ropes and stuff like that, and just relaxing, and then you swap normally every 2 hours, sometimes every 1 hour, depending on how long the journey was. And Joe had the same. So there was red, and there was a South team, the red Petchey, the blue Petchey, the white Petchey, the red Jerwood, the white Jerwood, the blue Jerwood team. So, you know, we called our team Bourbon Biscuit, and the Canadians got confused trying to explain what a Bourbon was to them. So yeah, so we played this quiz. It started off like there was a literature and art round, there was a Canada round, there was nautical round, there was film trivia round, there was sort of like film quotes and stuff, there was an act out round, what else? There was more. There was more, I can't remember what they were, then there was a few other rounds. So yeah, we played against them. It was a Canadian team that won. I think it was red Jerwood that won, but white Petchey came second, I think. This is not including the staff. But it was basically we were just messing around, and there were so many jokes being made. And one of the questions in the Canada round was, where's the largest concentration of moose found? It's Newfoundland. But before that we sort of shared all the interesting facts about ourselves, and someone said they've been legally pronounced dead twice. The captain of Jerwood was in Harry Potter twice. He was a Death Eater in the last film, and was in the scene where Harry gets his ticket in the background in the first film, because he used to work at King's Cross Station. And this video is 14 minutes long. I should probably wrap it up now, but it was I just want to sort of get something out there, and I'm going to try and get into the swing of things. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still hyped from Petchey. But it was such a good week, and I loved it. And I was going to say I was going to drink as well. I don't know. But all I want to say is thanks for watching. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded anything in a while. I'm going to try a bit more. But if you guys have any ideas for me, anything you want me to make, talk about, do, I don't know, let me know down below, and let me know down below what you think of this video. Let me know down below if anyone watching here out there secret has been on Petchey before. I don't know. If you have, let me know, because it would be cool, you know. yeah, I don't know what to say. Bye for now. If you like it, give me a like, because I'm really happy. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because you'll make me very, very happy. And if you have a channel, I automatically follow back anyone. I'll subscribe back to subscribe to me. So if you have a lot of the channel yourself, I'll start watching your videos, purely because I'm nice like that, and I don't like the awkwardness when I don't do that. That's it for now. Bye.